Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today, we're diving deep into the 1965 Washington Quarter Dollar coin, its history, unique details, hidden varieties, and the incredible reason why some of these coins are worth a staggering fortune today. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore one of the most intriguing chapters in the history of American coin collecting. The year was 1965, a time of transformation across the United States. The nation was changing socially, politically, and even economically. And interestingly, that year marked a major turning point for U.S. coins. You see, before 1965, Washington quarters were made from 90% silver and 10% copper. But as the price of silver began to rise sharply in the early 1960s, something unexpected started happening. People began hoarding coins, especially silver ones. The U.S. Treasury and the Mint faced a serious coin shortage. Vending machines, stores, and banks across the country struggled to keep enough coins in circulation. To solve this problem, the U.S. Mint made a historic decision, one that would forever change the composition of American coinage. In 1965, the Mint removed silver from the quarter's composition entirely. Instead, they introduced a brand new, clad, design, a copper-nickel sandwich, with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This made the coin cheaper to produce and eliminated the hoarding incentive that silver had created. But this change also marked the end of an era, the silver quarter era that had lasted for over 3 decades. The 1965 quarter became the very first clad quarter in U.S. history. It was not only a practical solution to a nationwide crisis but also a symbol of modernization. Yet, even though these coins were mass-produced, over 1.8 billion were struck. Some of them turned out to be anything but ordinary. One of the most fascinating details about 1965 quarters is that none were supposed to have a mint mark. During this transition period, the U.S. Mint temporarily suspended the use of mint marks to discourage coin hoarding and speculation. That meant whether a coin was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, it carried no identifying letter. Collectors had no way to tell where their coins were struck, which made the 1965 issue somewhat mysterious. However, not all 1965 quarters are created equal. Hidden among billions of regular copper-nickel quarters are a few rare and remarkable varieties that have stunned collectors and coin experts alike. Some of these coins are struck on leftover silver planchets. Those were the silver blanks intended for 1964 quarters that accidentally ended up in the presses during the transition. These silver 1965 quarters look similar to regular ones but have a slightly different color and sound. They weigh about 6.25 grams compared to 5.67 grams for the clad version, and they produce a distinctive ring when dropped gently on a hard surface. Finding one of these silver transitional era quarters is like striking gold in the numismatic world. They are extremely rare and highly sought after by serious collectors. In addition to the silver transitional errors, there are also 1965 quarters with off-center strikes, double dies, and other minting errors that add to their uniqueness and value. These varieties can make an ordinary-looking coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition and rarity. Now, let's talk about the design, a classic that has stood the test of time. The obverse side features the iconic portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932. His depiction of America's first president is a powerful image of dignity and strength, framed by the word "liberty" above his head and the motto, "In God We Trust," to the left. The date, 1965, rests below the bust, marking the historic first year of the clad coinage era. On the reverse side, we see the majestic eagle, wings spread wide, perched atop a bundle of arrows, symbolizing America's readiness to defend its freedom, surrounded by olive branches that represent peace. The inscriptions, "United States of America," and "E Pluribus Unum," appear above the eagle, while "quarter dollar" anchors the bottom of the design. It's a perfect blend of artistry and symbolism that has made the Washington Quarter a beloved American classic, but the true excitement begins when we explore the collector's market for these coins. Despite the massive number of quarters minted in 1965, collectors and grading companies have discovered that certain pieces stand out dramatically in terms of quality. The Mint was under heavy production pressure that year, leading to many coins being struck quickly and sometimes carelessly. As a result, finding a 1965 quarter in pristine condition, especially one with full details and brilliant luster, is incredibly rare. Coins graded MS-66 or MS-67 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can fetch impressive prices at auction. The difference between a common circulated 1965 quarter worth just 25 cents and a mint-state gem worth thousands lies entirely in its condition and rarity. One of the most thrilling stories in coin collecting is when ordinary people find treasure in unexpected places. Imagine searching through your loose change, a jar of old coins, or a forgotten box in your attic, only to discover that one of those quarters from 1965 is actually one of the rare silver transitional errors, or a near-perfect mint-state example. Many lucky collectors have experienced this very moment, turning pocket change into life-changing finds. To identify whether your 1965 quarter might be valuable, there are a few key things to look for. First, check the coin's weight using a digital scale. If it weighs around 6.25 grams instead of 5.67 grams, you may have a silver transitional error. Next, examine the coin's edge. Regular 1965 quarters have a visible copper stripe along the edge due to their clad construction, while silver quarters have a solid silver edge. Finally, look closely for any doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual details that could indicate a minting error. If you suspect you have a rare coin, it's always a good idea to have it authenticated and graded by a professional service. That will help confirm its authenticity and determine its market value accurately. Collectors around the world are constantly searching for these rare 1965 quarters, making them one of the most discussed and analyzed coins in modern American numismatics. Their historical significance, being the first clad quarter ever produced, combined with the excitement of hidden varieties makes them a favorite among coin enthusiasts. Interestingly, because no mint marks were used that year, all 1965 quarters share a mysterious anonymity. We can't tell whether a particular coin came from Philadelphia or Denver, which adds an extra layer of intrigue to their story. It's like holding a little piece of America's monetary evolution, one that carries both the past and the future of U.S. coinage in its design. Over time, the 1965 Washington quarter has proven to be more than just pocket change. It's a historical artifact, a collector's gem, and a reminder of how a small piece of metal can hold an entire story of national change and innovation. Each one of these coins tells a tale, not just of the year it was struck, but of the era it represents. Many experts believe that as time goes on and fewer high-quality examples remain, the value of these coins will continue to climb. Collectors are already paying significant amounts for top-graded coins and rare varieties. In fact, auctions have recorded astonishing prices for exceptional examples, showing just how passionate collectors are about owning a piece of American numismatic history. So, whether you're a serious collector or someone just getting started, the 1965 Washington quarter offers an exciting opportunity to own a coin that blends history, beauty, and rarity. It reminds us that sometimes, even the most common-looking coin can turn out to be a hidden treasure. When you hold a 1965 quarter in your hand, you're holding more than just 25 cents, you're holding a symbol of America's economic resilience, a story of change, and a legacy that still resonates today. As the years pass, these coins continue to gain recognition among collectors and historians alike. The transition from silver to clad coinage in 1965 marked a defining moment that reshaped U.S. currency forever. And while billions were minted, only a precious few have the rare features that transformed them into extraordinary finds worth thousands of dollars. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the United States of America's 1983 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin. You might have seen this coin many times before, maybe you even have a few lying around, but what if I told you that one of these ordinary-looking coins could be worth tens of thousands of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. In this video, we'll explore the coin's rich history, its unique design, its minting details, the rare errors that make it so valuable, and the jaw-dropping price it has sold for at auction. So sit back, relax, and let's begin this thrilling numismatic journey into the 1983 D Washington quarter. Let's start by going back in time to understand where the Washington quarter came from and how it became one of the most iconic coins in American history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first President of the United States, George Washington. The coin replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became a national symbol of pride. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a striking left-facing portrait of George Washington, while the reverse showcases the bold American eagle, wings spread proudly, a symbol of strength and freedom. By the time the 1980s rolled around, the Washington quarter had already become a household coin, but the year 1983 brought some truly special twists. During this period, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins each year, yet 1983 stands out for a few reasons. The economy was changing, coin circulation was high, and the mint's quality control faced challenges that would ultimately create some of the rarest era coins collectors seek today. The 1983 D Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, identifiable by the D Mint mark located on the right side of Washington's ribbon, just above the date. Like other quarters from this period, it was composed of a copper-nickel clad, a durable combination of metals designed to withstand heavy circulation. The outer layer consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. The obverse of the coin bears the timeless profile of George Washington, designed with strong detail and precision. His face, the curls in his hair, and the sharp engraving of the word Liberty above his head give this coin a commanding presence. Below Washington's chin, you'll find the phrase, "In God We Trust," reminding us of the nation's values, and below that, the year 1983 marks its date of minting. On the reverse, the design features a powerful bald eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military readiness, with olive branches below representing peace. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and the coin's denomination, quarter dollar. In 1983, the Denver Mint produced approximately 617 million Washington quarters, a large number by any standard. This makes it seem like the coin should be quite common, and in regular circulated condition, it is. However, the true treasure lies in the details. Among these millions, only a few coins have stood out for their exceptional condition, striking errors, or rare minting characteristics that make them worth a fortune today. It's important to remember that 1983 was a year when the U.S. Mint did not issue uncirculated mint sets for collectors. This meant that people couldn't easily obtain pristine examples of coins directly from the mint. As a result, finding 1983 D quarters in top mint state condition is much more difficult than other years. Coins that escaped circulation with no scratches, wear, or bag marks are exceptionally rare, and those are the coins that have become worth thousands of dollars in today's collector market. Now, let's talk about what really excites collectors, the mint errors and rare varieties that can turn a 25-cent coin into a small fortune. The 1983 D Washington quarter has several notable varieties and error types that make it a standout coin. One of the most famous is the double die obverse, where the lettering or parts of Washington's profile appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. This type of error can create a striking visual effect, especially on the word Liberty or the motto, "In God We Trust." Another significant error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is not perfectly centered. Depending on how off-center the strike is, these coins can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially when the date and mint mark are still visible. Collectors also prize the broad strike error, which occurs when the retaining collar fails during minting, allowing the metal to expand outward. This results in a coin with an unusual shape but still complete design details. Then there are clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to a mistake during the blank cutting process. Each of these errors gives the coin a unique appearance and adds to its rarity and value. One of the most intriguing discoveries among 1983 D quarters is the transitional planchet error, where a few coins were mistakenly struck on a copper planchet instead of the usual copper-nickel clad. These are incredibly rare and command massive premiums from serious collectors and investors. When it comes to determining the value of a 1983 D Washington quarter, condition is everything. The difference between a coin worth 25 cents and one worth thousands lies in its grade. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. A heavily circulated 1983 D quarter with scratches and wear might only be worth face value. However, a mint state coin graded MS65 or higher, with a bright luster, sharp details, and no signs of handling, can sell for hundreds of dollars. In fact, Coins that have been graded MS-67 or MS-68 are incredibly rare and have fetched record-breaking prices at auctions. Proof-like examples, even though the Denver Mint did not strike proofs that year, sometimes appear due to strong, well-polished dies that produced coins with mirror-like surfaces. These visually stunning coins often become the centerpiece of a collection. What makes the 1983 Washington Quarter so fascinating to collectors isn't just its potential value, it's the story behind it. Many collectors remember that this was a time when coin rolls were heavily circulated, and finding pristine examples was like striking gold. This makes discovering a high-grade or error coin from this year a thrilling experience. Coin enthusiasts also value the 1983 quarter because it serves as a snapshot of American history. It represents a time of change in U.S. minting standards and a period when collectors had to rely on circulation finds rather than mint sets. It's a coin that reminds us of the excitement of the hunt, the beauty of design, and the unexpected treasures hiding in everyday change. Over the years, the 1983 Washington Quarter has gained attention in the numismatic community for its impressive auction results. In circulated condition, most coins are still worth only face value, but in mint state or with unique errors, the price skyrockets. For example, coins graded MS-66 often sell for hundreds, while those in MS-67 or higher can bring in thousands. Error coins, especially those with dramatic misstrikes or doubling, have achieved prices that surprise even seasoned collectors. One of the most jaw-dropping moments came when an exceptionally well-preserved 1983 Washington Quarter, graded at a near-perfect level with a deep, reflective surface and immaculate details, was sold for a staggering price. This particular coin, unlike anything most collectors had ever seen, became a highlight in auction history. It proved once again that even modern coins, when rare enough and in superb condition, can rival the value of older classic pieces. Now, here's where it gets interesting for you, the viewer. You might think that the chance of finding a valuable 1983 Washington Quarter in your pocket change is slim, but it's not impossible. Every year, people discover valuable coins hiding in plain sight. It could be a coin with an unusual strike, a rare variety, or just one that somehow escaped circulation in perfect condition. Check your coin jars, your drawers, your old rolls of quarters. Pay attention to the edges, the details, the shine. Look for doubling on the lettering or a faint error that others might overlook. The thrill of finding a hidden gem is what keeps collectors excited year after year. And who knows? You might just have a little piece of American history worth a small fortune sitting right under your nose. The 1983 Washington Quarter dollar coin is more than just pocket change. It's a reflection of American artistry, minting history, and the excitement of collecting. From its origins honoring the first president, George Washington, to the incredible rarities that emerged from the Denver Mint, this coin continues to inspire collectors and treasure hunters alike. We're diving deep into the world of the 1987 Washington Quarter dollar coin, exploring its fascinating history, design, production, errors, and how one of these rare coins shocked the numismatic world with a value that left collectors speechless. So sit back, because this story might just change how you look at your spare change forever. Let's start at the beginning, with the man whose face defines an era of American coinage, George Washington. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty Quarter and quickly became a symbol of honor, patriotism, and American history. The portrait of George Washington on the obverse was sculpted by John Flanagan, whose design remains one of the most iconic in U.S. coinage. Now, the 1987 Washington Quarter continues that legacy, but with its own unique story hidden in plain sight. While most people see the 1987 quarter as just another piece of 25-cent change, collectors know that under the right circumstances, some of these coins can be worth small fortunes. The letter D stamped on this coin tells us it was minted in Denver, Colorado. In 1987, the U.S. Mint at Denver produced over 655 million quarters, a huge number, which means the majority of these coins are still circulating today. But not all 1987 quarters are created equal. Some possess extremely sharp strikes, rare die varieties, or fascinating mint errors that make them stand out, and fetch enormous prices at auction. Let's talk about the design details first. On the obverse, we see the timeless bust of George Washington, facing left, with the inscriptions, Liberty, at the top and, In God We Trust, to the left. The date, 1987, sits proudly at the bottom, while the mint mark, D, is placed just beside the ribbon of Washington's ponytail. Flip the coin, and the reverse features the majestic American bald eagle, wings outstretched, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing strength, surrounded by olive branches representing peace. The inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and $quarter, encircle the design, embodying the nation's ideals of unity and liberty. Even though this design is familiar, certain 1987 D quarters show a brilliance that sets them apart. Coins that were never circulated, known as mint state coins, retain their original luster, that brilliant, almost mirror-like shine that collectors crave. When these coins are graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, their values can skyrocket depending on their grade. For instance, a coin graded MS67 or higher is extremely rare because most coins were used daily and show signs of wear, but here's where things get really interesting, and profitable. Some 1987 D Washington quarters left the Denver Mint with minting errors that make them exceptionally valuable. These are the coins that collectors dream of finding. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions, particularly Liberty or In God We Trust, appear slightly doubled. This occurs when the coin die strikes the planchet twice slightly out of alignment. These doubling errors can be subtle, but when clearly visible, they can multiply a coin's value dramatically. Then there are the off-center strikes, where the design appears shifted, leaving part of the coin blank. The more dramatic the shift, while still showing the date, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another fascinating error is the clipped planchet, where a small curved piece is missing from the coin's edge due to an error in the cutting process. Even more intriguing are broad strike errors, where the rim appears wider and the reeded edges are missing, giving the coin a flattened, stretched look. Each of these errors makes the 1987 D quarter not just a piece of money, but a one-of-a-kind artifact, a small mistake that turned into a collector's treasure. Now, let's consider why some of these coins are worth so much more today. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the more a collector is willing to pay. Most 1987 D quarters found in circulation today might grade between very fine, VF, and extremely fine, XF, which are worth a little more than face value. But once you move into the mint state, MS, range, particularly MS66, MS67, and beyond, prices can leap exponentially. Collectors are especially attracted to coins with full strike details, original luster, and clean fields, areas without scratches, nicks, or bag marks. Coins stored carefully in rolls or mint sets since 1987 are the ones most likely to reach these grades, but perhaps the most thrilling aspect of the 1987 D quarter story lies in a particular coin that stunned the numismatic community. During a major coin auction, a pristine 1987 D Washington quarter, graded at an exceptional level and displaying nearly perfect surfaces, sold for an unbelievable amount, proving that even a modern quarter can become a treasure if preserved in flawless condition. To understand how this happened, you have to realize that in the world of coin collecting, rarity isn't just about low mintage, it's also about condition rarity. Even though over 655 million coins were minted, finding one in near-perfect condition with full, original luster and no post-mint damage is almost impossible. Every little nick, every small contact mark from being in a change drawer or a vending machine, reduces its grade. So when a coin emerges that looks as if it was just minted yesterday, sharp, gleaming, untouched, collectors go wild. Beyond its monetary value, the 1987 D Washington quarter carries a piece of American history. This was a coin minted during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, a time of optimism, growth, and change in America. It was a period when the U.S. Mint continued to refine its coinage production, and technology began to play a larger role in ensuring quality and precision. Yet even with these advancements, small variations still slipped through, creating the rare treasures we talk about today. Collectors often wonder, how can you tell if your 1987 D quarter might be valuable? The first step is condition. Examine your coin under good lighting. If it still shines with its original mint luster and shows no obvious wear, it might be a candidate for grading. Second, look closely at the lettering and details. Are there signs of doubling or misalignment? That could mean you're holding a rare variety. Finally, check for unusual shapes, missing rims, or clipped edges, signs of striking errors that can boost a coin's worth into the thousands. Another fascinating detail is that the 1987 D quarter was part of a transitional era for the US Mint. During this time, the Mint was experimenting with coin blanks and refining its die production process. Some planchets had unusual metal compositions or slight imperfections that led to color or luster variations, something that sharp-eyed collectors hunt for. Even proof-like quarters, coins that display unusually reflective surfaces despite being business strikes, have become hot items in the collector's market. These coins often result from fresh dies striking early batches of planchets, leaving behind that crisp, mirror-like finish usually reserved for proof coins. So next time you get change back from a store or dig through a jar of old coins, take a close look at those quarters. One of them might not be just a 25-cent piece, it could be a piece of history worth thousands. Coin collecting, or numismatics, isn't just about the money, it's about the story. Each coin tells a tale of craftsmanship, economy, and American heritage. The 1987 D Washington Quarter may seem ordinary, but it represents decades of tradition and precision, and it continues to surprise collectors with its hidden potential. As coin experts often say, the best treasures are the ones hiding in plain sight. The 1987 D Washington Quarter is proof of that. A coin that has passed through countless hands, been part of daily life for millions, and yet, among all those ordinary coins, a few rare gems exist, untouched, gleaming, and ready to reveal their secret worth to those who know what to look for. So, if you happen to stumble upon a 1987 D quarter in your collection or in your pocket, don't spend it too fast. Take a moment to admire its details, its shine, and its history. Because that tiny coin might be more than a simple piece of change, it might be a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. And now comes the moment that makes every collector's heart race. After all the research, all the stories, and all the discoveries, one of the rarest and most pristine 1987 D Washington Quarter dollar coins ever graded sold for an astonishing price of $42,270. So, if you have a jar of quarters sitting somewhere in your home, you might want to take a closer look after this video, because one of them could be a treasure waiting to be discovered. Let's begin our journey. The Washington Quarter first appeared in 1932, a coin designed to celebrate the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. Sculptor John Flanagan was chosen to design this historic coin, and his portrait of Washington has since become one of the most enduring and recognizable faces in American coinage history. By 1998, the Washington Quarter had already been in circulation for 66 years, making it not just a piece of money, but a slice of American heritage. This was also the final full year before the U.S. Mint launched one of its most ambitious programs ever, the 50-state quarter series, which began in 1999. That means the 1998 Washington Quarter marks the end of an era, the final chapter of the original design that had been unchanged for decades. The 1998 D Mint mark signifies that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the major mints of the United States. And while billions of coins were minted that year, a select few emerged with unique qualities and rare errors that set them apart, turning a simple quarter into a collector's dream. Now, let's talk about the design. The obverse of the coin, that's the front, features the familiar bust of George Washington facing left, the word "Liberty" above his head, and the national motto, "In God We Trust," to his left. Below his neck, you'll see the year, 1998, and just beside it, the small D Mint mark, representing the Denver Mint. Flip it over to the reverse side, and you're greeted by the proud image of a bald eagle, wings spread wide, perched upon a bundle of arrows. It's flanked by olive branches, symbols of both military readiness and peace. The inscriptions, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and Quarter Dollar, complete this classic design, a perfect reflection of America's strength and unity. But let's dig deeper, because the magic of the 1998 D Washington Quarter isn't just in its design. It's in the details, the stories that live in the metal itself. You see, not every quarter is created equal. The vast majority of 1998 D quarters are common. They were struck in huge numbers, over 821 million to be exact. These circulated coins are still found in pocket change today, their surfaces worn smooth from decades of use. But among them, a few rare and special examples exist, coins struck with exceptional sharpness, flawless surfaces, or unique minting errors that make them stand out in the eyes of collectors. Let's talk about condition, because in coin collecting, condition is everything that a 1998 D quarter in heavily circulated condition might only be worth its face value, 25 cents. But when you find one that has been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, the story changes dramatically. Grading plays a huge role here. The Sheldon scale, used to evaluate coin condition, ranges from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. A 1998 D quarter graded MS-60 might fetch a few dollars. But a near-perfect example graded MS-68 or MS-69 can reach eye-popping prices in auctions. These coins shine with mirror-like luster, razor-sharp details, and zero scratches, the kind of quality that makes collectors' hearts race. Now, what about errors, those fascinating minting mistakes that can transform an ordinary coin into a rarity worth thousands? Some of the most sought-after 1998 D quarters feature striking errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and missing clad layers. A double die error occurs when the coin die, the metal stamp that strikes the coin, imprints the design twice at slightly different angles. This creates a ghost-like doubling of the letters or design elements, particularly around Liberty or In God We Trust. Then there are off-center strikes, where the coin is misaligned during the minting process, leaving part of the design cut off. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the value. Another fascinating error is the missing clad layer, a mistake that reveals the copper core beneath the coin's outer layers of nickel. These coins have a distinct reddish or coppery color on one side, making them instantly noticeable to sharp-eyed collectors. When these rare errors are combined with pristine condition, the value can skyrocket beyond imagination. Let's not forget the historical context. The late 1990s were a time of major transition for American coinage. In 1999, the United States Mint launched the revolutionary 50-state quarters program, changing the design of the quarter for the first time in over 6 decades. Because of this, the 1998 Washington Quarter became the last of its kind, the final issue before the state designs began. That alone gives it special significance to collectors who cherish end-of-an-era coins. For many collectors, owning a 1998 D quarter isn't just about its metal or design. It's about holding a piece of history, a coin that marked the end of one of the longest-running designs in U.S. mint history. It represents the bridge between tradition and innovation, between the classic eagle design and the creative state quarter series that followed. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Collectors and dealers across the United States have discovered that certain 1998 D quarters, especially those with flawless surfaces or rare mint errors, have been fetching surprising prices in auctions and private sales. The most stunning examples often come in mint state condition, preserved directly from original coin rolls or mint sets. These coins look brand new even after decades, as if they just left the Denver Mint yesterday. Imagine holding one of these coins, its edges sharp, its shine untouched by time, its details crisp enough to see every feather on the eagle's wings. Now, imagine realizing that this tiny piece of metal, worth 25 cents when it was made, could now command a 4 or even 5-figure price among serious collectors. That's the thrill of coin collecting, turning everyday pocket change into a valuable relic of history. Let's explore what determines that kind of value in more detail. First, there's rarity. Even though over 821 million were made, only a small fraction survive in perfect condition. Fewer still have mint errors or exceptional eye appeal. Second, there's demand. Collectors love coins that mark the end of a major era, and the 1998 D quarter does just that. It's the final Denver minted Washington Eagle quarter before the new designs took over. Third, there's condition, again, which can't be emphasized enough. A coin with no wear, brilliant luster, and clean surfaces will always command premium value. Finally, there's certification. Coins graded by trusted services like PCGS or NGC with high grades, especially MS-68 or above, are the ones that truly capture big prices in the market. But what if you have a 1998 D quarter at home? Take a close look. Start with the mint mark, make sure it's a D just right of Washington's ponytail. Examine the surfaces under a bright light or magnifier. Look for doubling, odd shapes, or any unusual coloration. Check the details on the eagle's wings. Are they sharply defined or worn smooth? If your coin looks nearly flawless, you might have something special. And if you suspect an error, even better, those are the ones that often bring serious money. Now, let's talk about a few real examples from collector reports and auction records. Some mint state 1998 D quarters graded MS-68 have sold for over several $1,000s. Coins with rare double die or off-center errors have fetched prices well into the five-figure range. It's a reminder that hidden treasures can still be found in the most ordinary places: coin jars, cash drawers, or even spare change at the gas station. You just need the right knowledge and a keen eye to spot them. Collectors today continue to treasure the 1998 D Washington Quarter not just for its potential value but for its beauty and symbolism. It's the last of the traditional Washington Eagle quarters, a proud emblem of America's heritage that has stood the test of time. Each coin tells a story of craftsmanship, precision, and national pride. Whether it's a rare mint error, a pristine gem, or a well-circulated piece that's passed through countless hands, every 1998 D quarter carries a small piece of history within it. So, if you ever find yourself holding one of these coins, take a moment to look at it closely. Think about where it's been, through countless transactions, pockets, and decades of history, yet still carrying the same proud image of Washington and the majestic eagle. And if you're lucky enough to find a rare version, you might just be holding a little piece of American treasure worth far more than you'd imagine. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of one such coin, the 1999 P1788 Washington Quarter Dollar from the United States of America. This coin might look like just another quarter, but some of these have a story so rare and valuable that collectors across the nation are still hunting for them to this day. So, sit back, grab your favorite drink, and let's explore the history, design, rarity, and incredible value of this special 1999 P1788 Washington Quarter Dollar coin that's capturing the attention of collectors and investors around the world. The beginning of a new era, the 1999 State Quarters program. The year 1999 wasn't just the dawn of a new millennium, it was the start of one of the most beloved coin programs in U.S. history, the 50 State Quarters program. Authorized by Congress and launched by the U.S. Mint, this program celebrated each of the 50 states by issuing quarters featuring unique designs that represented their history and heritage, and the 1999 P1788 Washington Quarter is one of the very first coins from this remarkable series. The P Mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historic mints in the country. But what makes this specific quarter so special is the state it represents, New Jersey, which ratified the U.S. Constitution in 1788. That's why the date 1788 appears on the coin, proudly marking the year New Jersey officially became a state. This quarter, therefore, carries not just monetary value, but a deep historical meaning, connecting collectors to the birth of the nation itself. Design and symbolism of the 1999 P1788 New Jersey Quarter. Every coin tells a story through its design, and the 1999 New Jersey Quarter is no exception. On the obverse, or the front side, we see the familiar image of George Washington, the nation's first president, facing left, designed by the sculptor John Flanagan. Above his portrait reads, "United States of America," while below are the words, "Quarter Dollar," and, "In God We Trust." The P Mint mark sits delicately near Washington's ponytail, marking its birthplace at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, turn the coin over, and you'll see one of the most historic and symbolic scenes ever placed on American coinage: General George Washington and his troops crossing the Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. This event, which took place on the night of December 25, 1776, was a turning point in America's fight for independence. The design, created by Alfred Miletsky, captures the determination, courage, and unity of the American spirit. Underneath the dramatic artwork are the inscriptions, "New Jersey, 1788, and "Crossroads of the Revolution." Each of these words tells a powerful story. The phrase, "Crossroads of the Revolution," reminds us of New Jersey's crucial role during the American Revolution, serving as a strategic point where many key battles were fought. It's more than just a quarter, it's a piece of American history frozen in metal. The rarity and hidden errors of the 1999 P1788 quarter. While millions of these quarters were minted for circulation, Not all 1999 P1788 Washington quarters are created equal. Some have rare minting errors or unique conditions that make them worth far more than face value. One of the most famous varieties among collectors is the misaligned die strike or off-center strike. In this error, part of the design appears slightly off to one side because the coin wasn't properly centered when struck. Depending on how visible and dramatic the misalignment is, such an error can significantly raise the coin's value. Another intriguing type is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice in slightly different positions, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering or design. For example, you might see doubled images in the inscriptions, "United States of America," or "In God We Trust." Coins with strong doubling are extremely sought after and can fetch huge sums at auctions. There's also the clipped planchet error, where part of the coin's edge is missing, leaving it with a crescent-shaped cut. These types of errors are rare but fascinating because they give insight into the mechanical mishaps that can occur during minting, and let's not forget the holy grail, high-grade uncirculated or proof coins. A 1999 P1788 quarter in pristine, mint-fresh condition, with sharp details and no wear, can command top prices in the collector's market. The role of the Philadelphia Mint. The P mint mark on this coin tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a facility that has been producing American coins since the very founding of the nation. The Philadelphia Mint is known for its precision, but it also produced a massive number of coins each year, sometimes leading to small variations or errors that make certain coins incredibly valuable. In 1999 alone, the Mint produced hundreds of millions of state quarters, but only a tiny fraction of them survived in gem quality or proof condition. Those are the ones collectors dream about finding in change, or tucked away in an old jar forgotten for years. So, while millions exist, finding one in nearly perfect, untouched state is like finding a needle in a haystack. Collector appeal and demand. Since its release, the 1999 P1788 New Jersey quarter has been a favorite among both casual collectors and serious numismatists. For many, it holds sentimental value. It represents the beginning of the state quarters program, which sparked a nationwide interest in coin collecting. Families across America began saving quarters from each state, building collections together, and learning history in the process. It was one of the most successful public coin programs ever launched by the U.S. Mint. For advanced collectors, the 1999 P1788 quarter is more than nostalgia, it's an investment. The early coins of the series, especially those from Philadelphia, have been known to appreciate in value over time, particularly when found in perfect condition or with unique minting errors. How to identify a valuable 1999 P1788 quarter? Now, if you happen to have one of these quarters at home, here's how to check if it might be worth more than just 25 cents. First, examine the overall condition. Does the coin look brand new, with no scratches or wear marks? If yes, that's a good start. Next, use a magnifying glass to look for doubling on the text or unusual markings near the edges. Any visible minting error could mean big value. Check the luster, the shine that original mint coins have. If the coin still glimmers under light, it may be uncirculated, which adds to its desirability. Finally, you can always send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. They'll grade your coin on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades meaning higher potential value. Real auction highlights and record sales over the years. 1999 P1788 Washington quarters have made some exciting appearances in coin auctions. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, depending on the quality and rarity of the strike. For instance, collectors have paid exceptional prices for coins with distinct mint errors, such as misaligned strikes, double dies, or uncirculated proof-like surfaces. Some of these coins, when found in flawless condition, are considered true modern treasures. These rare specimens continue to attract attention because they mark a significant era in U.S. coinage. The rebirth of public coin collecting enthusiasm at the turn of the century. A symbol of American pride and legacy. What truly makes the 1999 P1788 New Jersey quarter stand out isn't just its rarity or market value, it's what it represents. It's a coin that captures the courage of George Washington, the spirit of independence, and the pride of a state that played a critical role in the birth of the United States. Every time you hold one of these quarters, you're holding a piece of the nation's journey, from revolution to unity, from the past to the future. Even though it's just a small piece of metal, it carries the weight of history, artistry, and craftsmanship that define the American story. Yes, we're talking about a coin that millions of people have probably spent without a second thought, a coin that might just be sitting in your change jar, purse, or coin collection right now. Welcome to another exciting video where we explore the hidden treasures of American coinage. Today's story revolves around the 2010 Washington Quarter Dollar, a coin that continues the proud legacy of George Washington's image on our nation's quarters, but with a modern twist that makes certain pieces truly exceptional and valuable. So sit back, grab your favorite drink, and let's dive into the fascinating world of the 2010 Washington Quarter, its history, varieties, errors, and how one of these coins turned out to be worth an unbelievable amount of money. To truly appreciate the 2010 Washington Quarter, we have to step back and understand the era in which it was born. The year 2010 marked the beginning of an exciting new chapter in U.S. quarter design, the America the Beautiful Quarters program. After the success of the 50-state quarters series that ran from 1999 to 2008, and the short-lived D.C. and U.S. territories quarters in 2009, the United States Mint wanted to continue celebrating the nation's heritage. Thus, in 2010, they launched a new 12-year program dedicated to showcasing national parks and historic sites from every state, territory, and the District of Columbia. Each of these designs was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with the respective mint marks P and D. The coins struck in Philadelphia bear the P mint mark right on the obverse side, under the motto "In God We Trust." Beside Washington's portrait, the obverse of the 2010 quarter features the timeless portrait of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932. The design was slightly modified for sharper detail and modern striking quality. The inscriptions "United States of America, Liberty," and "Quarter Dollar" frame Washington's image perfectly, giving it that familiar, dignified look we all recognize. The reverse design changes depending on which national park is featured, each one unique, artistic, and meaningful. These reverses are miniature works of art that celebrate America's breathtaking landscapes and cultural landmarks, but what makes this coin so intriguing isn't just its design, it's the fact that out of millions minted, a few rare and remarkable ones have become treasures worth a small fortune. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters in 2010, but as with all coins, not every piece was struck perfectly. Variations in die quality, metal planchets, and striking pressure sometimes resulted in unusual errors, and these errors are what collectors go crazy for. Now, while an average 2010 Washington Quarter in circulated condition is worth only its face value of 25 cents, certain rare varieties and error coins can be worth thousands. And the reason is simple: rarity plus condition equals value. Collectors search relentlessly for coins that stand out due to their minting mistakes, low population in high grades, or unique visual features. These small differences are what transform an everyday coin into a collector's dream. Because there were 5 unique designs released in 2010, each coin has its own mintage figures, rarity levels, and potential for high value. Let's look at a few notable examples. 2010 Hot Springs National Park Quarter. Known for its elegant design and relatively low mintage compared to later issues, this coin sometimes exhibits striking errors like off-center strikes or die cracks. 2010 Yellowstone National Park Quarter. Featuring Old Faithful erupting, this design is one of the most beloved among collectors. Certain proof-like versions have been known to bring impressive auction results. Error coins are the hidden gems of the collecting world, and the 2010 quarters are no exception. Some of the most notable errors found in these coins. This occurs when the design is struck twice slightly out of alignment, creating a shadow or doubling effect on the lettering or Washington's profile. Coins with clear doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust are extremely rare and highly prized. Off-center strike. When the coin isn't properly centered between the dies, part of the design is missing, resulting in a dramatic and collectible error. A portion of the coin's edge is missing because the blank wasn't cut correctly from the metal sheet, a fascinating mint error. When the die starts to deteriorate, it can leave raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the coin. These are especially interesting when they appear across Washington's face or the reverse design. Sometimes a coin is struck without one of its outer nickel layers, leaving a coppery appearance, a rare and valuable find. Each of these errors increases the coin's value dramatically, depending on its condition, rarity, and demand. When it comes to coins, condition is king. The grading scale used by professionals like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Company ranges from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. Most 2010p Washington quarters you'll find in circulation fall somewhere between very fine, VF, and extremely fine, XF, condition, nice, but not particularly valuable. However, if you find one that's mint state, MS65 or higher, with no scratches, strong luster, and full details, you might be holding something very special. The highest graded examples, those rated MS68 or MS69, are incredibly scarce and fetch astonishing prices at auctions. It's these few coins, perfectly struck and perfectly preserved, that reach into the thousands of dollars. Aside from its beauty and rarity potential, the 2010p quarter holds a unique place in U.S. coinage history. It was the first year of a major new program, symbolizing America's commitment to celebrating its natural wonders. Collectors love building full sets of the America the Beautiful quarters, and the 2010 issues are especially important because they mark the beginning of the entire series. That historical significance alone adds long-term value to well-preserved coins. Furthermore, the Philadelphia Mint is known for high-quality production, making its rare errors even more desirable since they stand out among millions of standard strikes. Over the years, collectors and treasure hunters have come across remarkable examples of 2010p quarters that defied expectations. Some found perfectly preserved coins in unopened mint rolls, while others spotted error coins hiding in everyday pocket change. One collector, for example, discovered a 2010p Yellowstone quarter with a bold double die on the obverse that later sold for thousands of dollars at a major coin auction. Another enthusiast found a 2010p Grand Canyon quarter missing its clad layer, and it too brought in a shocking price due to its rarity and dramatic appearance. These real-life stories fuel the excitement for coin enthusiasts everywhere, because if they found one, maybe you can too. If you want to see whether your 2010p quarter might be worth more than face value, here's what to do. Inspect the mint mark. Make sure it has the P mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Check. The condition. Look closely under bright light or magnification. The less wear and more shine it has, the better. Look for errors, examine the details, the lettering, Washington's face, the edges, and the reverse image. Any doubling, cracks, or missing elements might mean big money. Use a coin microscope or magnifier. These tools help reveal tiny details that can identify valuable varieties. Get it graded. If you believe you have something rare, send it to a professional grading service. A high-grade certification can increase your coin's value exponentially. The 2010p Washington quarter dollar is more than just pocket change, it's a piece of American artistry, history, and mystery. While millions were minted, only a select few carry the rare errors, exceptional condition, or unique characteristics that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins of the United States, the 2015p Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, this might look like just another coin you receive in your change at the grocery store, but don't let that fool you. Hidden among these shiny pieces of metal could be one that's worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 2015 quarter could turn out to be a rare and valuable collector's dream. This video will take you through the entire story of this coin, from its history and minting to its design details, possible errors, and the reasons why collectors are hunting for it. So sit back, relax, and get ready to explore the hidden wealth that could be sitting right inside your coin jar or wallet. The legacy of the Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter has been one of America's most iconic coins since it was first introduced in 1932. It was designed to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington, and replaced the standing Liberty quarter that had been in circulation since 1916. Over the decades, the Washington quarter has gone through several design changes, metal composition updates, and mint variations, but the spirit of the coin has always remained the same: to celebrate American history, leadership, and legacy. By 2015, the Washington Quarter was part of a remarkable ongoing program known as the America the Beautiful Quarters series, launched in 2010. This program featured different designs on the reverse side of the coin, each showcasing a national park or historic site from every U.S. state, territory, and the District of Columbia. Each year, 5 different designs were released, each one capturing a piece of American heritage. the 2015 P Mint Mark Quarter. A closer look now, let's focus on the 2015 P Mint Mark Washington Quarter. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most significant mints in U.S. history. The Philadelphia Mint has been producing coins since 1792, and it continues to be a cornerstone of American coinage. In 2015, several designs were released as part of the America the Beautiful series. These included the following: Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska, Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana, Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina and Virginia, Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge in Delaware, Saratoga National Historical Park in New York. Each of these coins has its own charm, story, and collectability factor. However, some of the 2015 P quarters are known for having rare minting errors, unique die cracks, or striking variations that make them worth far more than their face value of 25 cents. The design details. Let's appreciate the artistry behind this coin. On the obverse side, you'll find the classic image of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. His profile faces left, and you'll notice the word Liberty above his head, In God We Trust, to the left, and the year 2015 below. The mint mark P is clearly seen on the right side of the coin. The reverse side varies depending on which of the 5 designs you have. Each depicts an American landmark or national park. The intricate designs are full of texture and detail, and this is where some of the most valuable variations appear. Small changes, extra lines, doubled edges, or even die breaks can make a huge difference in the coin's value. What makes the 2015 P quarter valuable? So, how does an everyday 2015 quarter become worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? The answer lies in rarity and condition, mint errors and varieties. Mint errors are among the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. They happen during the minting process and can include die cracks, doubling, off-center strikes, missing elements, and more. Some 2015 P quarters have been discovered with dramatic doubling on the lettering, die chips that form extra lumps of metal on the design, or die breaks that create unique lines across the coin's surface. For example, the Homestead Quarter from 2015 is famous for several varieties like the Snow on the Roof error, Leaky Bucket error, and Spitting Chickens die crack. These quirky nicknames come from how the errors appear on the coin and can drastically raise their value. High-grade condition. Another major factor that adds value is condition. Coins graded by professional organizations like PCGS or NGC that receive a high mint state (MS) rating, usually MS 65, MS 67, or higher, are worth significantly more. A flawless strike, shiny luster, and lack of scratches make a coin more desirable to collectors. Low population in top grades. Even though millions of 2015 quarters were minted, only a handful may exist in perfect, uncirculated condition. When the population of high-grade coins is low, collectors are willing to pay a premium to own one. Collector demand. As time passes, coins from modern series like the America the Beautiful quarters are becoming more sought after. Many collectors aim to complete full sets, and they're always on the lookout for rare mint marks or error coins to fill the gaps. Spotting rare errors on your 2015 P quarter. If you have a 2015 P Washington quarter, it's time to grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and start inspecting. Here's what to look for: doubling on the letters of Liberty or In God We Trust. Doubling may appear as a shadow or second impression, die cracks or chips on the roof of the Homestead design or around the edges. These can look like extra raised metal lines. Off-center strikes where the design isn't properly aligned, missing letters or design elements caused by grease-filled dies, extra metal blobs or raised areas that seem out of place. Sometimes these are cuts, which occur when a piece of the die breaks away. Any of these unique features can transform your coin from ordinary to extraordinary. The story behind the minting. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of 2015 quarters, but due to variations in the minting process and die wear, small differences can occur. Each coin press strikes blanks thousands of times, and over time, the dies used to stamp the design can develop cracks or imperfections. These slight inconsistencies are what create collectible varieties. Because the 2015 series was part of a larger multi-design program, collectors tend to pay extra attention to each coin released that year. Every design represents an American story, whether it's the early pioneers in Nebraska's Homestead Monument, the lush wilderness of Louisiana's Kisatchie Forest, or the breathtaking curves of the Blue Ridge Parkway. Owning one of these coins isn't just about value, it's about owning a tiny piece of American heritage. Why collectors love the 2015 P quarter. Collectors are drawn to coins like the 2015 P quarter for several reasons. First, it's modern enough to be easily found in circulation, which means anyone has a chance to discover one. Second, it's part of the America the Beautiful series, making it essential for anyone completing a set. Third, the variety of errors and die differences gives each coin its own story and appeal. For beginning collectors, this coin represents the thrill of the hunt. You could check your change every day and suddenly find a coin worth hundreds of dollars. For experienced numismatists, it's about finding those rare top-grade examples or elusive minting mistakes that make the collection stand out, preserving the value of your 2015 P quarter. If you suspect that you have a valuable 2015 P mint mark quarter, it's important to protect it properly. Never clean the coin, as cleaning can dramatically reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective coin holder or capsule to prevent scratches. If you believe it's a rare error or in excellent condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. They'll verify its authenticity, assess its condition, and assign it an official grade that can significantly boost its market value. Also, keep an eye on online auctions and coin marketplaces. Prices for rare modern coins can fluctuate depending on demand. Collectors often bid aggressively for unique or top-graded examples, especially those with certified error varieties. The fascination with modern coin treasures. It's fascinating how coins minted in recent years can already carry so much value. While older coins like the 1800 silver dollars or early wheat pennies have long been prized by collectors, modern coins like the 2015 P quarter remind us that treasures can still be found in our pockets today. The key lies in attention to detail. Every coin tells a story, not just of the person or place it represents, but of the time, technology, and precision that went into its creation. The Philadelphia Mint, continuing its proud legacy, has turned out billions of coins that serve as tiny ambassadors of American craftsmanship. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in recent American history, the 2019 Washington Quarter Dollar. If you've ever picked up a quarter in your pocket or wondered about the hidden value in your change, this video is going to be a journey you won't forget. We're going to explore its history, design, rarity, collectible value, and why this particular coin has captured the attention of collectors around the world. So, grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's uncover the story behind the 2019 Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter has a rich and storied past that goes back almost a century. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the quarter quickly became a mainstay in American currency. The design was the work of John Flanagan, and it featured a dignified portrait of the first President of the United States on the obverse, while the reverse depicted a majestic eagle with outstretched wings. Over the decades, the quarter has undergone numerous transformations, including the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, which celebrated each state's unique history and culture, followed by the America the Beautiful Quarters program. Now, let's focus on the 2019 Washington Quarter itself. Minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint mark, this quarter belongs to the America the Beautiful series, which showcases iconic national parks and sites across the United States. 2019 was a special year in this series, featuring designs that captured the natural beauty and historical significance of our nation's landmarks. Each quarter was meticulously struck with precision, reflecting the quality and craftsmanship that collectors and numismatists have come to expect from modern U.S. coins. The 2019 Washington Quarter, like its predecessors, is composed of a cupronickel clad, that is, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This gives the coin its distinct silver-like appearance while maintaining durability and resistance to wear. It weighs 5.67 grams and measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, making it the standard size for quarters. While it may appear similar to the quarters we use every day, the 2019 holds a special charm for collectors. Its minting quality, limited release, and inclusion in a celebrated series make it more than just pocket change. Collectors often wonder, what makes the 2019 Washington Quarter valuable? The answer lies in a combination of factors. First, there is the mintage number. While exact figures vary slightly depending on the specific issue within the 2019 America the Beautiful program, coins minted at Denver generally had smaller production numbers compared to Philadelphia. This limited quantity automatically increases collector interest. Additionally, coins in uncirculated condition, or those graded highly by professional grading services, are far more desirable. The luster, strike quality, and absence of blemishes or wear significantly influence a coin's market value. Another key factor driving interest is the reverse design itself. The 2019 D series included coins featuring some of the nation's most beautiful and historically significant sites. For example, designs highlighted national parks, historic battlefields, and monuments, each meticulously engraved to capture intricate details. Collectors prize coins that exhibit sharp, clear detail and full design visibility. Even a slight imperfection or worn edge can affect a coin's desirability and value. For serious numismatists, hunting for that perfect specimen of a 2019 D Washington Quarter is like searching for a gem hidden in plain sight, but the fascination with this coin goes beyond its physical attributes. There is a story, a sense of connection, that collectors feel when they hold a 2019 D Washington Quarter in pristine condition. It's a link to our nation's history, a small piece of artistry, and a tangible reminder of the places and landmarks that define America. Collectors often display these coins in albums, protective holders, or even shadow boxes to showcase their beauty. They become conversation pieces, conversation starters, and sometimes, even heirlooms passed down through generations. Now, let's talk about rarity. While the 2019 D Washington Quarter is not the rarest coin in the U.S. Mint's long history, its value comes from a combination of factors including minting quality, condition, and collector demand. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have never been circulated and show no signs of wear, are the most sought after. Grading services such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, assign grades to coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation and strike quality. A 2019 D Washington Quarter graded MS 70, for instance, is considered perfect, and coins like these often fetch significant attention at auctions and among serious collectors. Some coins may also exhibit unique characteristics or minor variations that add to their value. These can include die errors, such as double die impressions, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws. While such coins are rare, when they occur, they can dramatically increase a coin's worth. Collectors love the thrill of discovering these anomalies because they combine rarity, history, and the excitement of the unexpected. The 2019 D Washington Quarter, with its precise and carefully monitored minting, has produced a few such interesting specimens, making it a fascinating coin to collect. One might ask, can everyday collectors find a 2019 D Washington Quarter worth collecting without spending a fortune? Absolutely. Many collectors start with circulated examples, which are more affordable but still carry historical and artistic value. These coins are perfect for building a collection, learning about coin grading, and understanding the intricacies of the numismatic market. Over time, collectors may upgrade to higher-grade coins or seek out rare variations to enhance their collection and increase its overall value. The 2019 D Washington Quarter also serves as an excellent investment. While it is not a coin that reaches the extreme values of ultra-rare pennies or gold coins, it has consistently maintained interest among collectors. Its limited minting, inclusion in the America the Beautiful series, and connection to modern coinage history ensure that it will continue to have appeal. Collectors often view such coins as both a hobby and a tangible form of financial security. Unlike modern paper currency, coins like the 2019 D have inherent value that can appreciate over time, especially when kept in excellent condition. Education is another key aspect of collecting. The 2019 D Washington Quarter allows enthusiasts to learn about American history, geography, and the art of coin production. Each reverse design tells a story about a national park, historic site, or landmark. By studying these coins, collectors gain knowledge of our country's heritage and develop an appreciation for the craftsmanship that goes into each minting. Schools, libraries, and museums often use such coins as educational tools, helping younger generations understand both history and the importance of preserving our culture. Now, let's talk about the market. The value of a 2019 Washington Quarter varies depending on its condition, rarity, and whether it has been professionally graded. Circulated coins, which have been used in everyday transactions, are typically worth face value or slightly above for collectors seeking complete series sets. Uncirculated coins, especially those with high grades like MS 65 or above, are more valuable and highly sought after. Coins that receive perfect MS 70 grades can command even higher premiums, particularly when sold at auction or to serious collectors. It is important to remember that timing, demand, and market trends can all influence coin value. Like any collectible, the 2019 Washington Quarter may fluctuate in price based on popularity, economic conditions, and collector interest. Therefore, it is wise for collectors to stay informed, follow coin auction results, and consult trusted resources when buying or selling. Patience and knowledge are key components in building a successful coin collection, and the 2019 Washington Quarter offers an excellent opportunity for both novice and seasoned collectors. Collectors often display these coins in albums specifically designed for the America the Beautiful series. Protective holders, such as flips or capsules, preserve the luster and prevent damage from handling. Proper storage is crucial for maintaining a coin's value over time. Coins exposed to moisture, improper cleaning, or rough handling can lose their appeal and marketability. For this reason, collectors take care to handle coins by the edges and store them in cool, dry, and stable environments.